Welcome back, MPW, episode number 3. Oop. Hello. Yeah, I've put the hill and face divide back on. I'm just going to move that earplug out a little bit because I can't hear very well. In a pre-show battle, Subpar Wrestling, a little heat. The Bushwhackers defeat the Pitbulls in 8:09 when Butch Miller defeated Anthony Dante by opening with the battering ram. Miller 49, Williams 45, Anthony Dante 45, and Grey Ball 47. Grey Wolf and Rumble. So 3 new people will join the roster as heels in the near future. In a pre-show, had decent wrestling, but non-existent crowd heat. Chris Jericho defeat Chris Benoit in 8:16 by pin for the line salt. Chris Jericho 49, Benoit 46. Jericho improving flying in 51D+. In a pre-show bout, Subpar Wrestling, a little heat. The Fantastics defeat the Power Twins in 8:26 when George Hines defeated Larry Powell by pin for the Hines driver. Barry Filton Cody match in terms of ring performance. Larry Powell 34, Dave Powell 33, George Hines 41, Barry Filton 65. Larry Powell in performance of 53C-. In a pre-show bout, Subpar Wrestling, a little heat. Dave Finlay, Don Callis and Vader defeat Tommy Dreamer, Owen Hart and Dave Sullivan in 6:39 when Dave Finlay defeat Tommy Dreamer by pin for the Tombstone Pile Driver. Because I put the heel and face divide on, a load of storylines have had to change quickly. Dave Sullivan 37, Owen Hart 59, Tommy Dreamer 31, Vader 65, Don Callis 31 and Dave Finlay 47. No work commits 54C-. In the pre-show bout, had Subpar Wrestling, a little heat. Bob Holly and Rey Mysterio Jr. defeated Savio Vega and Sid Vicious in 8:21 when Rey Mysterio Jr. defeated Savio Vega by pin of the Mysterana. Sid Vicious 51, Zoe Vega 43, Rey Mysterio Jr. 46, Bob Holly 38. Holly improving in Rumble of 50D+. And then this is the final 3, so as you can see I need 3 more heels and then this won't happen. But in a pre-show bout, decent wrestling, but little heat. Steve Austin defeated Rob Van Dam and Ultimate Dragon in 8:15. The order of elimination was RVD first, and Ultimate Dragon Steve Austin makes events number 6 of his MPW Intercontinental title. Rob Van Dam 48, Ultimate Dragon 54, and Steve Austin 56. Austin improving in flying skills of 57C-. 65C to open up the night, and Sean goes, look at this, the MPW World Champion. You see, I won the Money in the Bank match, which gave me a shot whenever I wanted to. So I cashed it in on Ricky after the match. I just realised I think I got the earplugs in the wrong way around. Where's the microphone? Yes, I have. So let me change that around quickly. No wonder it's not working very well. There we go, that's better. They feel better now as well. Which gave me a shot, shot whenever I wanted. So I cashed it in on Ricky after this match. Why not? The Heartbreak Kid has broken more hearts because your boy Ricky Steamboat is an old champion. What a night. We've been getting reviews. We've been getting better reviews than the WWF. And the Steamboat goes, I can't be mad at you. You used your contract to great effect last night. Well, there's a problem. I get my rematch in 4 weeks of Backlash. You see, Sean, on that night you will prove if you're a real champion. Sean, I respect you. You used the Money in the Bank contract to a match to great effect, which took me by surprise. Sean goes, look, Steamboat, stop giving me praise. I would have won this even if you was ready. I'll prove that at Backlash when I kick your ass. But tonight I've got to face someone a lot more powerful. So I'm going to go and prepare for that. And you'll find out what that is later. But yes, our first match heading towards the Backlash show has been set in stone as Shawn Michaels will be defending that belt, giving Ricky Steamboat his rematch. And over the next 3 weeks, heading to our next big 4th pay-per-view, will be Steamboat versus Michaels. 65C, beautiful. 3:16 about with Subpar Wrestling, a little heat. Harlem Heat defeated the British Invasion in 5:49 when Booker T defeated Finlay by pinfall the Towering Inferno. Dave Finlay 47, Steve Regal 54, Stevie Ray 36, and Booker T 38. Yeah, we'll turn him next week. But he's improving in performance. Nice. In a decent match, Scott Hall defeated Brian Pillman in 7:03 by pin of the Crucifix Powerbomb. Scott Hall 50, Brian Pillman 63. No work for. Where's the interference from Truly Blanchard on Brian Pillman? Hello? I booked that, thank you. Then we see Lex in the back and he goes, Sting, I'm coming for you. You call me your friend, but leave me at WCW. Don't even try and get me a contract with MPW. You see, Sting, I hate your guts. I'm coming for your time, I'm coming for you, and I'm going to be the best goddamn one of us. Because I'm always better than you, and I always will be. 71C plus from Lex Luger. Beautiful promo from Lex. In a battle of decent wrestling with Amateur Cheat, the Nasty Boys defeat the Top Guns in 8:19 when Brian Knobs defeated Derek Dukes by pinfall the trip to Nastyville. The Nasty Boys make defense number 1 of their MPW World Tag Titles. Ricky Rice 31, Duke Dukes 39, Brian Knobs 59 and Jay Sags 57. Brian Knobs in Techno and Derek Dukes in Rumble with 54C-. The Nasty Boys celebrating a victory in the Lyson and Sprex, winning an attack and beating them down to the mat. And then we see, so this was originally going to be Owen Hart, but because I re-added the film face divide, it's now going to be Dave Finlay. You see, I'm not getting noticed. I am a star, and I win loads of matches. So it's time I put myself in the title picture. So Steve Austin, I'm coming for you, and I'm going to take away your title, punk. So yeah, it was more written for Owen Hart, but now we've changed the storyline entirely to Dave Finlay, because I think Dave Finlay could do a good job in this position, and maybe give him a little push for the title. I don't know. You know, the reason I went for Owen Hart was he was in the mid card. He was set with Steve Austin. There was no home face divide. But then I decided to turn it back on a 33 plus. In a decent match, Eddie Guerrero defeated Truly Blanchard in 7:37 by pinfall of Frog Splash. Eddie Guerrero 59, Truly Blanchard 66. Eddie Guerrero improving in performance. We'll get the storyline with him and that starting next week. In above, had good wrestling and a decent match required. Arn Anderson and Jerry Lawler defeated Davey Boy Smith and Bret Hart in 7:37 when Jerry Lawler defeated Bret Hart by pinfall of the pile driver. Davey Boy's weakness took out some performance. Bret Hart 79, Davey Boy 53, Jerry Lawler 67, Arn 76. No work improvements. And after the match is over, Bret and Davey Boy left down. Lawler and Anderson are celebrating. They see their opponents down and they basically just continue beating them down. That's going to be the ongoing storyline. And to make it make more sense, Arn Anderson is going after Bret because he lost to The Undertaker. And then you've got Jerry Lawler being taken down by Davey Boy because he can't win a match. This is what's going on at the moment in the company. 56 C-, not too bad. In about had decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. The $1 Billion Babes defeated Line Express and 803 when GQ Status defeated Brad Armstrong by pinfall following defense from Brian Knobbs. Joe Saggs also attacked Tim Horner at the same time. Mike Sampson 37, GQ Status 36, Tim Horner 56, Mad Armstrong 75. Mike Sampson and GQ Status improving in performance. The MPW World Tag Team storyline is fantasy segment and gained heat, which is nice. Let's see where else we're going. Oh, we're in a graveyard with the Undertaker Paul Bearer. My Undertaker has picked his next target, and that's why we're digging the grave for you, Tracy Smothers. We're coming for you, and you better watch your back, because the Undertaker takes no prisoners. Oh, no. 4,000 tonight, which is good. I think we're sold out tonight, which is really good. In above had decent wrestling with Emma Cheek, Cactus Jack defeated Bam Bam Bigelow in 8:03 by pinfall the double arm DDT. Bam Bam Bigelow 71, Cactus Jack 57. No work improvements. Bam Bam has asked for a rematch, so he will get that rematch after what I just read. He will get the rematch with Cactus Jack on at Backlash. We'll give the fans what they want at 69C plus. Not bad. In a decent match, Tracy Smothers defeated Lex Luger in 7:32 by pinfall the Jawjacker following defense from Sting. Tracy Smothers, Lex Luger don't click. Tracy Smothers 41, Lex Luger 52. No work improvements. I'm hoping that the storyline with The Undertaker will push him to the main event and give him some experience. Tracy Smothers celebrating his victory in the ring. The Undertaker wins and beats down Smothers to the mat, which is fair enough. 57C-, the Dead Man storyline is the segment. And then in the battle of good heat and decent wrestling and good wrestling, The Undertaker defeated Ricky Steamboat in 6:50 by pinfall the Tombstone Piledriver. Undertaker 68, Steamboat 68. These two have good chemistry. No work in 70C+. And then it'll be Sting taking on Shawn Michaels in an 80B. In a battle of fantastic and great wrestling, Shawn Michaels defeated Sting in 1954 by pinfall of Sweet Chin Music. Shawn Michaels 64, he's also getting better at his gimmick. And Sting out there with an 82. No work improvements. That's where we end tonight's show, an 80B main event. A 76B-. Geez, that's a good TV show. And we'll see you for next week for another edition of MPW Thunder Live. MPW Thunder is live. I have skipped a week because of tennis or whatever. I didn't do last week's show because I was trying to get the heel and face divide sorted. We are there now until Rick Rude comes back from injury next year. Hopefully I'm going to do surgery on him soon, so we'll see. But in a poor pre-show match, the Bushwhackers and the Top Guns defeat the $1 Billion Babes. And the Nasty Boys in 7:31 when Derek Dukes defeated Mike Sampson by pinfall, which is good. Brian Knobbs 54, Joe Saggs 55, Mike Sampson 33, GQ Stratus 35, Ricky Rice 33, Derek Dukes 38, Butch Miller 42, and Luke Williams 42. Brian Knobbs in Techno and Derek Dukes in Rumble. 50D+, not bad. In a pre-show battle of Pro Wrestling, a little heat, Don Callis defeated Chris Jericho in 7:50 by pinfall. Jericho 45, Don Callis 34. No working for his 44D. In a pre-show battle, decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Vader defeated Bob Holly in 7:41 by pinfall the Vader Bomb. Bob Holly 38, Vader 69, No Weapon 63C. In a pre-show bout of Power Wrestling, a little heat, the Power Twins defeat the Fantastics in 7:43, and Larry Power defeated George Hines by pinfall. Bobby Filton carried the match in terms of ring parts. Larry Power 34, David Power 34, George Hines 38, Bobby Filton 60. David Power improved in performance and George Hines in performance 50D+. In a pre-show bout of decent wrestling, but little heat, Bam Bam Bigelow defeated Tommy Dreamer in 7:39 by pinfall the military press slam. Tommy Dreamer 36, Bam Bam 63. Tommy Dreamer improving technical 57C-. In a pre-show bout, I had decent wrestling, but there's some crowd heat. Lance Storm defeat Dave Finley and Chris Benoit defeat RVD, Ultimo Dragon and Rey Mysterio Jr. in 7:35, and Lance Storm defeated Robin Dan by pinfall the Canadian Maple Leaf. Rey Mysterio Jr. 50, Ultimo Dragon 54, Robin Dan 48, Chris Benoit 42, David Finley 47, and Lance Storm 42. No work appearances, David's old school heel gimmicks, but that's really great. Yeah, we'd sign Lance Storm as a heel. And then we open up the show with Sting in the ring, and he goes, "You see this, Lex? You see this, Lex? This is my title. The fans love me. How dare you 2 weeks ago say I didn't give you an open hand? When I signed for this company, I gave you a call. I said, hey, I'm in. Cool. I'll get you in. No, you said, no, I don't. I want to take up your void. You left in WCW. When you get to the end of your contract and there's 2 offers on the table, so you took the best looking one. Now you call me out and make me look like the bad guy. I'm nothing. Bad guy. I'm nothing. Well, I'm nothing but a good guy. You're just looking like an ass." And then Lex goes, "For 2 weeks you've been sitting on that, so you can fill these fans' heads with lies. Yes, you could. Yes, you called me, but no, you didn't offer me a contract. You offered me shit. You see, I had to find my own way here. And at Backlash, I finally get my hands on you, Sting. The day you left WCW, you killed our friendship. The day you walked out and left me behind is the day you forgot about me. And now you won't forget. And now you won't. You'll notice me when I kick your ass." So MPW Backlash, I don't think I've got quite a few interesting matches already booked for Backlash, as I say. But yeah, it's going to be Sting. He's going to be in action, but he's going to be taking on Lex Luger with his MPW Championship on the line. So yeah, that's going to be a big match to look forward to live on pay-per-view. Next up, 72B minus in a Balvag Road Wrestling in a decent match of crowd. New Japan Invaders, Mission Shania, Juice Thunder Liger, and Kenju Muhata defeat Tito Santana, Eddie Guerrero, and Cactus Jack in 8:30 when Juice Thunder Liger defeat Cactus Jack by a pinfall handful of tights. Cactus Jack is leading Strudki out his in-ring performance. David is outside a great comic book hero. He's got a great. He's a heel, yet he's got a comic book hero gimmick. And then you got outside a gimmick above average, old school face above average, below average. Kenji Mataz 75, Juice Thunder Liger 72, Mashura Chinua 71, Cactus Jack 50, Eddie Guerrero 68, and Tito Santana 62. No work improvements. So yeah, these are the New Japan Invaders. They are all 3 of them are heels. Even Liger. So they've all come in as heels, and they're going to be trying to take. So they're all outsiders really from New Japan, representing New Japan, and the company's giving New Japan a bit of heat. In a battle to Power Wrestling, a little heat. Steve Austin defeated Savio Vega in 7:01 by pinfall the stun gun. He makes defense number 7 of his Intercontinental title. Savio Vega 42, Austin 47. Savio Vega in performance of 49D+. And then we see an angle which doesn't advance the storyline, even though it should be. Dave Finlay comes out and Steve Austin's in the ring. He goes, "I warned you, Steve. I was coming for you, and I am. I might be unknown here in the USA, but I'm going to be known. I'm not going to sit on the pre-show anymore. I'm not fighting in a match where I'm not to be seen. I've had it with being pushed to the back of the queue. So at Backlash, I'm going to take you and your title and become seen." So yeah, we've already got it booked in. Dave Finlay versus Steve Austin at Backlash. In about that decent match average, Tracy Smothers defeated Scott Hall in 6:57 by pinfall the Jawjacker. Scott Hall 49, Tracy Smothers 51. Scott Hall and technically, have I already booked the match for this? No, so I'll book it up next. So after the match, Tracy celebrating his win, the lights go on and off, and Tate stood in the ring. Taker starts laying in right hands and left until he's down. He gets picked up and tombstone pile driver, and Undertaker just goes, "Rest in peace." So yeah, Tracy Smothers versus Undertaker is going to be set for Backlash. There is a lot of storylines going on at the moment in the company. I think we've got too many for the time I've got to do it in. So Tracy Smothers versus The Undertaker live at Backlash. Nice. I know quite a lot already done. In about that decent wrestling average sheet, the Lightning Express defeated the Pitbulls in 6:40 when Brad Armstrong defeated Anthony Dante by pinfall the side Russian leg sweep. Brad Armstrong carried the match in terms of ring performance. Anthony Dante 47, Grey Wolf 49, Tim Horner 56, Brad Armstrong 73, a 64C. And Tim Horner improving in Rumble. And then we see Tony Schiavone and Julie Blanchard welcomed. And he goes, "Welcome, Tony. First night on the job. At least Chris is gone. Tell me you've made an enemy of me and I'm going after you. I'm coming for you. I don't care about the 3 Nashers in New Japan Invaders, because we have you on our doorstep. And tonight I'm going to knock you down. No, what? Wait. No. You know what? Let's wait. Backlash. I'm coming for you." So yeah, Backlash. I think I've already got it. No, I haven't got it booked. Okay. I don't even think I did an angle for it last week. So yeah. I can put the entirety of Thunder on there, which would be quite interesting to try and do. I ain't going to try that though. Yeah, so it's going to be Blanchard in action against Brian Pillman at Backlash. Got quite a good little looking card so far. 66 plus from Julie Blanchard. In the Bad Subpar Wrestling, a little heat. Harmon and Heat defeat the British Invasion 744, and Booker T defeat Dave Taylor by pin of the Towering Inferno. Dave Taylor 47, Stevie Regal 53, Stevie Ray 37, Booker T 37. Regal is improving in performance and Rumble, and Stevie Ray in performance. Booker T and Ray show us chemistry teaming. And then we're going to just get this over and done with. The term was a complete disaster. I thought it would be. But there we go. So basically, just beat up and the fans are cheering. In a bad superb wrestling and good heat, Ricky Steamboat defeated Arn Anderson in 6:32 by putting the Diamond Cross Bosby after distraction from Bret Hart. I think we've already booked that, haven't we, for Backlash? Nope. Okay then, that's another match. Yeah, we have Arn Anderson versus Bret Hart's there. So we've booked most of the matches now. Of course, we've got Steamboat. I think that's there. Is it? Steamboat versus Michaels. Yep, there it is. So yeah, we've got most storyline matches. Ricky Steamboat, of course, after distraction. Then Shawn Michaels comes down and just basically switching music's him. Then we see the Tim Horn and Brad Armstrong and Tracy. Why is Tracy Smothers on screen? It's meant to be freaking. I'm really struggling tonight. Right now, we're the most exciting team in WWF. Right now, the tag team titles are on hold by the Nasty Boys. Backlash, we get the title shot of these two punks. And right then, we'll bring back the titles for these awesome fans. So yeah, Brad Armstrong and Tim Horn are having a quick interview with Tony Schiavone, not Tracy Smothers. Tracy Smothers obviously just got on camera by accident. And that will be booked now. I'm putting the wrong team in. The Pitbulls against the Lightning Express. Boop, boop. The Nasty Boys. In about that decent wrestling with Albert Cheat, Trudy Blanchard defeat Dave Sullivan 8:22 by pin with a slingshot suplex. Dave Sullivan 35, Trudy Blanchard 65, no work compared to 59C. In about that great fantasy and great wrestling, Sting defeated The Undertaker in 8-0 by pin before he makes defense number 1 of his MPW Championship. Undertaker 67, Sting 80, no work compared to 73B-. So Sting sustained a sprained ankle in this match. Oh yeah, Bruce Hart is now in the backstage area. In a decent match, Dave Boy Smith defeated Jerry Lawler in 8:24 by pinfall with a running power slam. Dave Boy 53, Jerry Lawler 73. You can't win. Storylines fans segment gained heat. David Boy improving in performance, which is good. And we've already got that booked for the pay-per-view, so that is the rematch. Awesome 69C+. A video plays hyping up Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart in our main event. In the battle that had great wrestling and good heat, Shawn Michaels defeated Bret Hart in 2016 by pinfall the switch in music. Shawn Michaels makes defense number 1 of his MPW World Heavyweight title. Bret Hart 81, Shawn Michaels 66, no work improvements. And then the post-show, of course, Ricky Steamboat comes out and attacks him. That's the storyline. In a post-show battle, Subpar Wrestling a little heat, Sid Vicious defeated Tom Stone in 3 minutes 23 by pinfall the powerbomb. Tim Stone 26, Sid Vicious 55. Well, these two have great chemistry. Sid Vicious improved in technical, 40D-. And then in a post-show battle, they had good wrestling and a decent match card. Brian Pillman defeated Lex Luger in 14:41 by Pillman. They have Pillman. These two have good chemistry, lifted the match. Brian Pillman 69, Lex Luger 63. No work compared to 53C-. And that's where we're going to end tonight's show with 74B-. Another good show from us. And we'll see you guys live for the go-home edition of MPW Thunder real soon. Thanks for watching. And we are back. Hello, 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 you lovely, lovely people. So MPW Thunder is live tonight and it is ready to roll. In a pre-show battle Red Subpar Wrestling a little heat. The Pitbulls defeat the Top Guns when Grey Wolf defeat Derek Dukes by pinfall with an aided super bomb. We are sold out tonight at the Portland Sports Arena where Portland Wrestling go. We're taking over. Orphan Dante 45, Grey Wolf 45, Ricky Rice 33, Derek Dukes 39, Anthony Dante in Rumble and Derek Dukes in Rumble 45D. In a feature about October Wrestling, a non-existent crowd heat, Lance Storm defeated Bob Holly in 8:26 by pinfall the Caden at Maple Leaf. Lance Storm 41, Bob Holly 32. No working res 41D. In a feature about decent wrestling, the non-existent crowd heat, Ultimate Dragon defeat Benoit in 8:09 by pinfall the Asian DDT. Dragon 54, Benoit 44. No working res 54C-. In a pre-show about decent subpar wrestling and little heat, Sid Vicious and the Power Drins defeated Steve Austin and the Fantastics in 8:18 when Sid Vicious defeated George Haynes by pinfall the Chokeslam. George Haynes 39, Bobby Fulton 51, Steve Austin 49, Sid Vicious 54, Larry Power 34 and Dave Power 30. George Haynes improving in Rumble 49D+. In the pre-show about subpar wrestling, on this crowd heat, Rob Van Dam defeated Dennis Allen in 8:09 by pinfall the Van Daminator. Dennis Allen 28, Rob Van Dam 52, no working res 46D. And then in a pre-show about October Wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Sobby Vega defeated Mike Buki in 7:57 by pinfall the Caribbean Kick. He got a 27, Vega got a 37, and Vega improved in performance, a 36D-. And we open up the main card tonight with Alan Anderson come down to the ring and goes, "Can you be quiet for 1 second, please? You lot scream while you're attacking Brett. Why are you attacking our hero? I tell you why. He lost to the dead man. He lost to the Undertaker. You see, that man fell 20 feet through an announcer's table and he still beat you. This Sunday night I'm going to do the same and beat you. You see, I'm the enforcer and I'm the golden boy. I'm the one who makes this place look so good. I'm the one who puts bums into these seats. Not Brett, not Ricky, not Sting. Me. I do." Oh my God, you're so blind to the truth. No, you're right. You do put bumming in seats. There is fans of yours and here and mine, and every single wrestler puts bums in these seats. It's the way the company makes wrestling important to this stuff. More important than this stuff. It's the way we change how you watch wrestling. Have you ever faced Undertaker? No, well then. You see, he's got powers you won't believe, and until you face him, you won't know. You see, Tracy can tell you, I can tell you, Sting can tell you, but he's one of the most terrifying men here in MPW. You see, I can beat you this Sunday, and I will do it proudly. I couldn't finish that promo off because, writing restraints wouldn't let me put that little bit in, so I put it in afterwards as post-edited. It's only 4B-, awesome. In about October Wrestling on the crowd heat, Tommy Dreamer defeated Don Callis in 5:40 by pinfall. Tommy Dreamer 40, Don Callis 34. Don Callis improved performance. He won with a Tommy Hawk, a 40D-. In a pre-show about decent wrestling, never much loose heat. The Line Express defeated the $1 Billion Babes in 5:55, and Brad Armstrong defeated Mike Sampson by pinfall the side, Washington leg sweep. In terms of ring width, Brad Armstrong's 10 shoulders by everyone else. Mike Sampson 38, GQ Stratus 40, Tim Horner 54, Brad Armstrong 73, Tim Horner in Rumble, and Mike Sampson in Flying 63C. After that, the Nasty Boys run into the ring and beat them down. In a battle at subpar wrestling and all heat, Dave Finlay defeated Dave Sullivan in 8:07 by pinfall the Tombstone Pile Driver. Dave Sullivan 41, Dave Finlay 49, no working res 50D+. And then Steve Austin comes on the stage and goes, "So you called me out, and you get your wish. This Sunday, you will be noticed when I kick your ass. And if you think you're going to leave this title, think again. I can send your ass back to the queue." And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. 37D-, the first time we've used that in the company, but hey ho. In a poor match, Bam Bam Bigelow, the British Invasion, Nasty Boys defeat Cat Strap, the Bushwhackers in Harmon Heat in 7:45, and Stephen Regal defeats Stephen Ray by pinfall on Regal Plex. Stevie Ray 30, Booker T 32, Butch Miller 43, Luke Williams 41, Cat Strap 46, Bam Bam Bigelow 61, Brian Nobbs 50, Joey Suggs 52, Dave Taylor 41, and Stephen Regal 48. Jack and Flying, Joey Suggs in Technical, and Stephen Regal in Performance 53C-. And Dave Boy's in the back and he goes, "This Sunday night, I once again take down a guy who cannot win a match. When it means something. In this MPW, he's had his shoulders are down on the mat more than any other person, and he blames the fans for it. No, it's just because he hates being booed, because you're such an ass." Why the hell? It's a type risk none. Yeah, 48D+. I don't know why it got rated so badly there. I don't know what happened. In a very good heat and decent match of crowd, New Japan Invaders, Monsieur Mashu Shinii, Juice Van der Ligen, Kuji Mutu defeat Eddie Guerrero, Owen Hart, Rey Mysterio Jr. And 816 when Kuji Mutu defeated Rey Mysterio Jr. by pinfall the Shining Wizard. Juice Van der Ligen, Kenji Mahuti 72, 78, Juice Van der Ligen 72, Masahiro Shinoon 69, Mysterio 63, Owen Hart 61, Eddie Guerrero 67. Mashinoon performance and Rey Mysterio performance. I know I can't say the names, don't judge me, I'm not very good at names. Especially when it comes to Japanese names. In about that good heat and decent match, the crowd, Brian Pillman defeated Vader in 7:33 by pinfall the air. Pillman following Bosch and defense by Tully Blanchard. Vader 65, Brian Pillman 73, Vader improving flying, 74B minus. Then Undertaker and Tracy Smalls have a massive backstage brawl. In about that decent match in below heat, Chris Jericho defeats Scott Hall in 8:24 by pinfall. Chris Jericho 49, Scott Hall 47. Hall improving in technical, a 50D+. Scott David new power spot would showcase his strength and psychology be able to use this to go to the future. Hype for this Sunday night between Luger and Sting. In a decent match, Jerry Lawler and The Undertaker defeat Tracy Smothers and Dave Boy Smith when Jerry Lawler defeat Tracy Smothers by pinfall the pile driver. Dave Boy 55, Tracy Smothers 51, Taker 68, Lawler 70. Tracy Smothers in technical and performance. Lawler is getting various work, Paul Bader good work at ringside, 65C. In above that, great wrestling and good heat, Arn Anderson and Truly Blanchard defeat Tito Santana and Bret Hart in 7:54 when Arn Anderson defeat Tito Santana by submission. He sustained a grade 2 hamstring strain. Great. Truly Blanchard 71, Arn Anderson 74, Truly Bret Hart 79 and Tito Santana 63. No work in rears, 74B minus. A video plays hyping up your main event tonight, which will be Steamboat and Sting taking on Michaels and Luger. And I guess a 78B. In the next superb match, Ricky Steamboat and Sting drew with Shawn Michaels and Lex Luger in 20:32 by pinfall by following a double countout. Sustained grade 2 crash strain. Great Sting 80, Ricky Steamboat 83, Lex Luger 60, Shawn Michaels 66. Ricky Steamboat in performance. Let's hope he's not going to be out for a while. And then after the match, they continue brawling to the back. Lex Luger's getting better at his gimmick. That's where we end tonight's show. It was 75B minus. We'll see you live on Sunday night. Hopefully Sting will be available to wrestle live Sunday night for our Backlash show after Wrestle Kingdom. Thanks for watching this episode, and we'll see you in just a second. There is no opening video package tonight because we've had to change the card, so I ain't going to edit the video package to suit this card. 8,575 people at the Emirates Stadium tonight. And in a pre-show bout, that had Subpar Wrestling a little heat because of some injuries. Chris Benoit, Zoe Vega and Scott Hall defeated Ray Taylor, Todd Champion and Tom Davis in 14:47 when Chris Benoit defeated Ray Lloyd by pinfall the bridging suplex. Scott Hall was winner and Jordan Nuts. These are all local talent who just come here tonight to get squashed on the pre-show. Tom Davis 46, Todd Champion 33, Ray Lloyd 27, Hall 55, Vega 46 and Benoit 42. Ray Lloyd in Rumble Technical Performance and Tom Davis in Performance. Okay. You two are now on my radar. Especially Ray Lloyd and Tom Davis, you're both on my radar. 49D+. In a pre-show bout at Subpar Wrestling, a non-existent crowd eat Rey Mysterio Jr. and RVD defeat Don Callis and Lance Storm in 15:57-17 when Rob Van Dam defeated Lance Storm by pinfall the Van Daminator. Rob Van Dam 52, Rey Mysterio 52, Lance Storm 40, Don Callis 33, no working with 49D+. So Jim Crock is in the ring, he has a 60C tonight, guys. Welcome to tonight's show. Due to injury, Sting is not cleared to wrestle here tonight, and we'll be back in 10 days' time. So tonight, Sting will be watching his week around a new number one contender when Lex faces a star of our choice. Also, Tito Santana is also injured, and we do apologise. So no work improvements, but yeah, nice way to open up. We'll just get straight to the action. In a bad decent wrestling with Amateur Cheap, Bam Bam Bigelow defeat Cactus Jack in 14:59 by pinfall the diving headbutt. Bam Bam Bigelow 75, Jack 51, no work improvements 69C+. In a bad decent wrestling below heat, Dave Finlay defeats Steve Austin in 14:40 by pinfall the Tombstone Pile Driver. Dave Finlay wins the MPW Intercontinental title. Dave Finlay 50, Steve Austin 55. Dave Finlay Rumble with 57C-. In a decent match, the Japanese Invaders, that's what they're now being called. Because it's now got Stan Hansen from All Japan Pro Wrestling in there. Juice and Thunder Daigo, Stan Hansen, Mishino Sinua and Keiju Muta defeat Owen Hart, Chris Jericho, Tommy Dreamer and Dave Sullivan in 15:08 when Stan Hansen defeated Dave Sullivan by pinfall the lariat. Keiju Muta 71, Kenshin Jr. 66, Stan Hansen 74, Jason Van der Lager 76, Dave Sullivan 34, Tommy Dreamer 35, Chris Joker 44, and Owen Hart 59. We've got Rumble for Shinora, Stan Hansen in performance, Chris Joker technical in performance, Dave Sullivan in performance, and Rumble in performance. 66E plus. In above had great wrestling and good heat. Brian Pillman defeated Tully Blanchard in 15-20 by Pillman. Yeah, Pillman. Tully Blanchard 71, Brian Pillman 77. No work improvements. In the pool match, Sid Vicious defeated Bob Holly in 15-24 by Pillman Powerbomb. Holly 32, Vicious 47. These two don't click. 45D. Ugh, Sid Vicious is shit. In above had subpar wrestling and little heat. The British Invasion defeated Bushwhackers, the Fantastics, and the Power Twins in 13-32. The Odd Elimination was the Power Twins first, then the Bushwhackers finally the Fantastics. Dave Taylor 46, Regal 51, Butch Miller 46, Luke Williams 42, George Haynes 46, Bobby Fulton 62, Larry Powell 35, and Dave Powell 36. No working rest of 54, C-. And then in the Barrett subpar wrestling and Little Heat, Top Guns defeat the Pitbulls in 14-38 and Derek Dukes defeat Grey Wolf by pinfall. Anthony Dante 45, Grey Wolf 47, Ricky Rice 33, Derek Dukes 36, and Derek Dukes improving in Rumble 46D. In the Battle of Decent Wrestling, but Vader defeated Ultimate Dragon in 14-58 by pinfall the Vader Bomb. Vader 68, Ultimate Dragon 50, Vader improving in flying 64C. Then in the Battle of Subpar Wrestling, a Little Heat, the $1 Billion Babes defeated Harmon Heat in 14-39, when Mike Sampson defeated Booker T by pinfall. Stevie Ray 38, Booker T 40, Mike Sampson 52, GQ Stratus 48, no work on 49D+. And in the Battle of Superb Wrestling and Great Heat, Bret Hart defeated Arn Anderson in 14-49 by submission and sharpshooter. Arn Anderson 81 and Bret Hart 81. Arn Anderson improving in performance and 80B, not bad. In a Battle of Good Heat and Decent Wrestling, Dave Boy Smith defeated Jerry Lawler in 1857 by pinfall the Running Power Slam. Jerry Lawler 63, Dave Boy 54. Jerry Lawler's off his game. In a Battle of Good Wrestling and a Decent Wrestling card, the Nasty Boys defeated Lightning Express in 15-25 when Jerry Saggs defeated Tim Horner by pinfall the trip to Nastyville. The main defense number 2 of the MPW tag team titles. Tim Horner 60, Brad Armstrong 75, Brian Nobbs 63, Jerry Saggs 63, Tim Horner in Rumble and Brad Armstrong in Rumble. 70C, 1C+. In a decent match, The Undertaker defeated Tracy Smothers in 20-29 by pinfall the Tombstone Pile Drive after Paul Bearer interfered. Tracy Smothers was visibly tiring, so was The Undertaker. Paul Bearer did good work at ringside. Undertaker and Paul Bearer have great chemistry. Tracy Smothers have great chemistry in their performance. Tracy Smothers 49, Undertaker 62. No work on 62C. If they're getting tired. In a good match, Lex Luger defeated Eddie Guerrero in 24-52 by pinfall the Running Forearm Smash. Eddie Guerrero 66, Lex Luger 64. And Sting was sat at the announce desk. He was pretty weak. That was meant to go before that, and I didn't do it. Move it back down. Oops. And then we see Shawn Michaels, and he goes, "I'm glad Sting got injured. It means I get to the main event and this risk of this great show. And tonight, I'm going to win and be the best superstar in mainstream pro wrestling." 54, and he gets an 80B in a superb match. Shawn Michaels defeated Ricky Steamboat in 35 minutes 21 by pinfall the Sweet Chin Music. He makes defense number 2 of his MPW World Heavyweight title. Michaels again bears his gimmick. Ricky Steamboat 83, Shawn Michaels 68, Ricky Steamboat in performance. The MPW World Storyline advanced segment and gained heat, an 80B. We end tonight's show with an 80B main event, an 81B all through and through. Making my speech. Ricky Steamboat, Bret Hart, and I'm going to give it to Arn Anderson as well because Arn Anderson freaking blew me away with his performance tonight, so we're going to praise them all for good performances. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed the last 3 episodes. We'll see you in the next one when things are about to hot up in MPW. WCW and WWF have fucked up big time. As ladies and gentlemen, I can announce right now that we have outbidded for both Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan and got them from both companies, and they are coming to MPW. That will be in the next episode. Thank you for watching.